And go. I guess we'll have to start this all over again. I received a call and it doesn't like it when I pause it and then I have to take a call. So this is Dominaria United land spoiler video. We're going to talk about the lands in Dominaria United and their effect on the game because of the domain mechanic that is prevalent throughout the set. And lands are important in this game. I mean, you have your basic lands, your mountains, your forests, your plains, your swamps, your islands. But in this set, you have a set of dual lands, and these are actual dual lands that count as two different basic land types. They come into play tapped. So starting off with wooded ridgeline that adds either a red or a green, and it comes into play tapped. There's Tangled Islet, a forest island that adds green or blue, and it comes into play tapped. You have Sunlit Marsh, which is a plain swamp, which adds white or black and comes into play tapped. And Sacred Peaks, which is a mountain plains that adds red or white and comes into play tapped. And Radiant Grove, which adds green and white and is a forest plains and comes into play tapped. But on top of all that, you have the Painlands. Now, the Painlands are a rare land cycle that that you can get in a one of two colors, but you have to pay 1 life for it. But they also have the ability to, for free, to pay just basic colorless mana. So let me pull those up. Okay, I found some of them. So starting off with Sulphurous Springs. It's a land, not a basic land, but a land. You tap it to add 1 colorless mana, or tap it to add either black or red, and it deals 1 damage to you. Next up is Carpolzian Forest. Tap it to add colorless mana, or tap it to add red or green, and it deals 1 damage to you. You have Yavimaya Coast. Tap it to add 1 colorless, or tap it to add green or blue, and it deals 1 damage to you. Shivan Reef. Tap it to add colorless mana, or tap it to add 1 blue or 1 red, and it deals 1 damage to you. And Caves of Koilos, tap it to add 1 colorless mana, or tap it to add 1 white or 1 black, it deals 1 damage to you. Adakar Waste, tap it to add 1 colorless mana, or tap it to add 1 white or 1 blue, and it deals 1 damage to you. So those are the Painlands. And they are good for with the ones that I spoke of earlier. The ones I spoke of at first, they are actual dual lands that come into play tapped. Now, I'm going to go over here to the Commander set and talk about a couple of the lands over here. And something else, which I have mentioned in various other videos. First up is Bad River, which is not a dual land. It enters the battlefield tapped, but you can sacrifice it to search your library for an island or a swamp, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. And if you've seen my Commander videos, you know that this probably will be the land that you will find in the Savitri Dragon Master deck. But up top, we have Nomad Outpost, a land that enters the battlefield tapped, and you can add 1 red, 1 white, or 1 black. Now, this is not a triome. To be absolutely, clear about, triomes and true dual lands have actual basic land types. The last time we saw actual dual lands, and they also came into play tapped, was in Kaldheim. Now, Kaldheim has, when this set comes out, Kaldheim will have rotated out of standard. But they actually, their dual snowlands were actual dual lands. They had the both land types. This Nomad Outpost, it is a reprint. It has been printed before, but it is considered a tri-land. There is a difference, and I want that to be clear to both beginner players and those who have some experience. A tri-land is a land that can produce 3 types of mana, but does not have multiple basic land types. Now, if you look on the triomes you get out of Ikoria, they have all 3 land types. If you look at the tri-lands and triomes, because they are triomes that come out of Streets of New Capenna, they have all 3 land types, and they are officially labeled as triomes because they have all 3 land types. So, with that in mind, let's go down to something I went over when I went over this section in the Commander spoiler videos, and this is Tiller Engine. Tiller Engine is what I consider an extremely busted card. I don't know what deck this will be in. It probably will be in the 5-color Commander Jared Carthelian, because you're going to need a lot of mana fixing in there, and you're going to have that and the Obsidian Obelisk, which I did go over in those videos. Because I told you about Bad River earlier. That's for the Savitri Scarsum, the Savitri Dragon Master deck, and the Nomad Outpost will be for the Dihada deck. So it's most likely that the Tiller Engine is going to be some mana fixing for your commander, your 5-color commander in Jared Carthelian. Please excuse my yawning. Tiller Engine is a busted card. It's 2 colorless mana for a 1/3 artifact creature construct. It says, whenever a land enters the battlefield tapped and under your control, choose one. Untap that land or tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Like I said in the other video, you can first turn put out a land. Put out a land, put out Soul Ring, put out this. By your second turn, you can start just laying down any lands that you have that are, dual lands, triomes. Oh, I got a triome in my hand. Turn 2 triome. I mean, that's like putting the triome out on turn 1, but you have all that extra mana. You have 4 mana on turn 2. Hoo-ha! Or, if you put out something like a Mana Vault, you have 5 mana on turn 2. It's like, what the mother bleep? Of course, I'd have to look up Mana Vault again. I'm not always familiar, so please correct me in the comments. I don't use it because it's been an expensive card and it's hard to get. Even now with Double Masters 2022, that's one of the hardest pulls to get. It's one of the most sought after mythics. So I don't generally have it because, as many of you know, I have a very limited budget. And that will be something I will be following in future videos. I will be doing budget build decks with some of the cards I have. And we will have some of these decks face off against each other. So I've gone over the lands for this set. There are some other lands that I've gone over in the main set and in here that will do some mana fixing and some other things like the Heroes Plaza. It's colorless mana or any mana of a color of your commander, or you can sack it and basically it's it gives them hexproof and indestructible. Hoo-ha. So that'll be it for this video. We will see you on the next video. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll certainly see. I've got videos to upload. They take forever. I do apologize. My internet is crappy. So until the next video, we're saying goodbye, good night, and enjoy Magic.